Yeah. Pocket tee. Are these available?
They are.
Oh. Dan here. DD Speed Shop. So I think my anger level has come down on the Nomad. We were thrashing to kind of get done and just kind of kept hitting a bunch of roadblocks, and ultimately I put it to the side where it's sat. I looked at it every day for a month or so, and now I'm ready to get back on it. Actually, everyone kept commenting about it. I kept using it as a storage bin. So we'll get it running so we can have something else in here to turn into storage. So we hit a few roadblocks on this thing. I kind of forget. The main ones was the rear end. So I had originally done a big speedway order, and the diff was back ordered, or there's something there, I forget what it was. So I went with a different 9-inch, and I guess I didn't do enough reading on it. It was a direct fit for a Tri-5, which when they meant that, they meant the axle pads are welded on. The diff itself was 2.5 inches narrower than a stock Tri-5 Chevrolet. So I put it all together, and then that in turn, wheels wouldn't fit on it. They hit the leaf springs, so you had to run spacers, which I really didn't want to do. I don't mind doing on some stuff if we're just driving around town, but if we're going to be going on road trips and all that, I don't know, maybe it's just my own head, but I'm not a huge fan of like 1-inch spacers. So anyways, we did that. I was like, okay, I'm accepting of it. I was either going to get some wheels cut or whatever, because it's just steel wheels, so we can get them offset goofy. And then I put disc brakes in the back again. It kind of came with the diff, and we couldn't get it figured out. We screwed around and this and that, and I can totally admit I may have been the problem. I got one side to work, but not the other, and I just threw in the towel, and I was angry. And then we worked on other things, and everything else we worked, which was literally the castaway junk I had left over, spare parts from this and all that other thing, everything just worked. We've been enjoying cars for the last month or so, which has been great. In the meantime, I also put, I guess we take the hood off this thing. I don't think it's, watch the paint, Danielle, watch the paint. This hood's been beat. I only kind of feel bad about destroying it. But, you think that's gonna fall? Don't fall on camera. Oh, you know what, I'll put this $500 tire in front of it so it can't. Eh? Mickey Thompson, good for something. So we put this honky-tonkin' motor together. She's ready to give her.
Pull up.
So it's a 383, which we talked about in previous videos. Dyno, it's 500 horsepower, 500 foot-pounds of torque, and it makes it like right now, like 2,500 RPM. It is making all the torque. It's got like camel hump heads on it, you know, obviously belt-driven intake manifold, turbo 350 that was gone through, rebuilt, and then it's going to be 9-inch power brakes. You know, disc up front, had disc in the back, but we're going to eliminate that. Aluminum rad, you know, big transmission cooler on it, like, you know, kind of ready to go. We got it running and driving, no back brakes, and then, like I said, we lost interest. The headers, I put long tubes on it, which seemed like a good idea until it wasn't, and they drag, like they're super low, because this thing has been lowered. So, and then we're running these fancy custom one-off wheels that lower yet again. So, ultimately, back to Speedway I went, and I picked up some mid-length headers, which this thing has turned into a storage unit, but so you can clearly just see how tall these are versus what's in there, the long tubes. So I gotta put those on there and then modify the exhaust. The exhaust wasn't finished in this because, again, there's all sorts of goofiness with it being a wagon. So we have to get some tailpipes made for it. So you gotta go through that. Otherwise, I think it's a stock wiring harness in this thing too, actually. But the big thing I did is I decided just to say screw it, and I bought a whole diff from Speedway. So hopefully our address is on any of these things. But that's the center section, or that's the axle, the housing. And those are the axles, I believe. So we have all that sort of stuff. And this is an actual direct bolt in with the proper length and everything. And then in this box here is a set of Ford drum brakes, but they're dual drilled for Chevy. So we'll be able to put, it'll be like bone stock. So this thing now will just be normal. And I think it's time to get on it. So we did kind of a lot to it. And there's a lot of new parts in it. But we're going to have to go through the teething process of this thing. Some tuning, some stuff like that. But ultimately, it needs the diff swapped, the brakes put on, a set of headers, and modify the headers to work with what exhaust I have on it. And then I kind of think that's it. I don't remember if there's anything else I left. We were getting really close to taking this thing on a road trip. But so that's the plan. Oh, it needs wheels and tires. So these are some rollers Danny got me. But the problem I'm going to run into...
Oh, you mean those aren't the rims that stay on for forever with wheels that would be really unpractical in a normal day-to-day use?
I do kind of like them.
Honestly, everyone is hating on the orange. I kind of like the contrast.
It's not bad. Yeah. The problem is with the headers, because they're literally almost touching the ground, and these wheels now with these little itty-bitty, this little bit of rubber, the thing sits very, very low, which is what we want anyways, but it's too low at this point to get it on the lift. Well, it'll probably go on the lift, but it won't clear the scissor jack, I don't think. So I brought out the steel wheels. These are the winter tires for the 55, and these are a set of front runners I had. So step one, we're just going to change the wheels and tires on it, get that taken care of. I tried to start this thing the other day because I was going to move it, and it wouldn't start. And I was like, oh, that's weird. So we pull off the hood and realize there's no spark plug wires on it.
Because we took those off.
So there's no plug wires, there's no battery in it either, actually. I must have robbed that for something. So we'll put that, yeah. Yes. So anyways, we'll have to get that all dialed together, but I believe if I just put a battery in it and spark plug wires on it, oh, and I stole the coil wire. Where do I put that on?
My truck?
I don't think I'm running a coil on your truck. Oh, Monte Carlo, I think, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So I might have to go rob some bits and pieces off of that. I think I did buy a set of spark plug wires for this thing, actually. I might have tossed it all in here. But, oh yeah, and I got a air fuel gauge. I got a few things in here to kind of get taken care of. But yeah, it just kind of needs like a solid week's worth of work on it. And I think I should be able to start driving it a little bit. So the only thing is, what we're gonna do there, because it doesn't have overdrive. I think I put 410s in it. These are, I think these are 513s. And then your Chevy 2 out back has a 3.0 gear. So I think what I was gonna do, I think that's all the rear ends I have, yeah. We were gonna put 513s in that little Chevy 2. Well, I thought that'd be a good idea, but we might be maybe just order another set of the Speedway. The out of town is a bit of a hassle. We have to discuss that. If you actually want to drive that thing to the city, 513s are not the plan.
The only place I drive to is the city.
You just gotta take, you just can't, 80 mile or 80 kilometers an hour, so like.
But I still have to take the highway.
But you can kind of go through town.
Oh, like take 52nd?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to show that thing off.
I mean, that's true.
So we got that. The other thing, which I may do at this point now, what's a little bit more money, but talk to John. He does have a gear vendor, and I will say the gear vendor is nice. So at this point, it doesn't feel so bad because I spent the money 3 or 4 months ago. So, I mean, a gear vendor's now they're probably $3,500, and we have to shorten the drive shaft. But at that point, in theory, the car would be perfect. It would be 500 horsepower, turbo 350 with overdrive and 410s. Like, it's checking all the boxes. And I'm starting to realize, I mean, $3,500 at this point to have the thing be perfect in the city and on the highway versus swapping rear ends and all this stuff around.
The purpose also of this particular Nomad being the most expensive thing we've ever purchased was to keep it nice and to maintain that it will stay nice. And like, the plan was to put real money in this car.
Yeah, realistically, we cheaped out on that Chevy truck, we cheaped out on that 55, a certain amount of cheaping out on the Monte Carlo other than the motor. Motor and trans are big money, but that actually, motor and transmission is actually designated for that 57 hardtop, eventually when I get that together. So that's just swapping a junkyard motor and that thing's going. So yeah, maybe I should just pull the trigger and do, I mean, I can drive it for the time being, and then it's like a weekend job to put the gear bender in, especially now we have the wildfire. Life's good. So anyways, let's put the wheels on this thing. We'll get some plug wires in it. We'll see if we can get it fired up and move it around a little bit, unload all the parts, and I guess maybe we can even put it on the lift. I do have to work on the other 55 though first. So that might be, maybe this afternoon we'll do that. But yeah, it's, I thought we'd just do kind of a quick video getting it running again, showing everything where we're at, because we're going to work on this for probably the next 3 or 4 videos. But we're kind of at the point now where almost everything is like running and driving and like licensed and on the road and all that sort of stuff. Because really after this, just the Monte Carlo needs to be done, and then we'll have like everything kind of dialed. Their Chevy 2 needs a little bit of work, but then it's like we got to decide what the next big project is, which is kind of exciting actually. Okay, so I got this thing pretty well dialed together. I already started it, but it seems to run. I just pulled it over with the floor jack. So I think what I want to do is I want to hose this thing down real quick. Maybe just give it a light wash. It still has like road grime from when I towed it home actually, and it's kind of speckle rusted the bumper a little bit. Somebody should have been on that. But just want to hose it all down, wash it real quick, just kind of cuz. And then while that kind of drip dries out there, actually, the 55, the 2-door, I want to bring that in here and just nut and bolt check it, because I've been putting some miles on it, and I'll double check everything real quick while this dries, then we'll switch them around, and we can pull, I guess, we'll get on the lift and pull everything out of it maybe? Or what's the plan there? Or do it right now?
You're the one that has to do it.
I like your style, Danielle. So,
Getting somebody else to do all the mean work?
Yes,
I know.
Oh, there's no, there's no thing there either. Oh, it's heavy. Okay, well, I'll just maybe unload all this. Then we can open it and kind of go from there. Mostly just so I can. It sounds hollow like a housing. And these sound axle-y. Oh yeah, there's still newspaper. 1988, this was in the thing when we got it. That was kind of cool.
That's the year before I was born.
NHL, oh, you just aged yourself. Yikes. Does that make
super young.
You a classic?
Nope. By the time this video comes out, you've turned into a classic.
Zing. Okay, we actually got to press all that together. And then I also had this steering column, which I ended up not using.
For the truck?
No, I got it for this, so it's like a tilt wheel. Oh. But then with a column shift, actually. This might be good in the 2-door 55. I wasn't going to try and road trip it here shortly. Maybe we'd take it apart again. But look at this. Oh, the one. You know, you can't even buy good stuff anymore. Okay, you want to watch and make sure I don't KO in anything. Oh yeah, this was heavy. I just lifted it. Oh, that's gas. Oh, it's on my leg. This is good entertainment right here. Okay. Oh, the thing's falling right out the bottom. This thing does sound good. Ready? Oh. Am I good? I can't see. The shifter's doing nothing. Everything is forward. Remember, everything is forward. We gotta deal with that. Power windows? Yes. I wonder what,
Well, how are you gonna go in reverse? If everything is forward.
well, that is a good question. According to this, everything is working. But, oh, this isn't moving. Is this moving anything on that?
Like up and down?
Is the rod moving?
The rod is, what do you mean the rod?
How about you just do this?
Yeah, how about that?
Oh, yeah, up and down? Yeah, that's working. All the way up? I wonder, hold this, I'll see if it, I wonder if I had pushed it and it was activating the other deal. Don't stand in front of it or behind it or anything. It's fixed. I got it.
You even tried moving it.
Well, it's in park. It wasn't before. It wasn't.
Oh, I see.
I think because I hooked it up to the column shift, and it must have been in like it's either in the reverse 1 or the 2, 3, whatever. And I was in the opposite dealio. There was a tire splat.
Yeah, it just seemed very low, this one. There's not a lot of air in it.
I think they're just tiny tires. Okay. Let's hose this thing off. Man, I think I haven't had a bath in a while. I'm kind of thinking, so I had those two. I'll just avoid dropping it right down the carburetor. Also, John Cecil's warranty is 100,000 miles, and it doesn't matter what you do or how you treat it.
I don't think that's true.
You know what? I'm pretty sure that's how I remember it. Maybe just get a rag and put it on there for John, because he's going to be losing sleep. Whoa, what? I can't wait for him to call me after this. Actually, there was a... Oh, I must have thrown it out. There was an air cleaner. Just toss an air cleaner right on this. There might be one in the car. Negative. We'll find something here. Look at that. Pretending to care. You want to test the garbage bag and see how waterproof it is? There's oil on the roof of this thing. We never parked this under anything, eh?
No.
I must have done that to avoid rusting. You know? Really what this thing needs is it needs a Mer polish. Probably shine up pretty nice. Ugh, look at all the dust on this thing. Gross. Anyways, what I'm thinking I might do, because we're going to have a stock wet diff in it, and I had those 275/60 tires, but if I run like a 235 or something along those lines, 70, it'll be the same height but narrower, and I don't think it'll be too crazy. I mean, hopefully it should fill up the wheel well pretty decent, just like the 275, because they're the exact same height. Just the width is the only different, and it'd be like 1.5 inches narrower. But then it would really blaze the tires. Skinny tires, you know. All right, well, hose this thing off. We'll let it dry, and then we'll bring this junker around. All right, we got the old girl all shined up.
Oh, explain to people if I couldn't, just in case I couldn't fix that editing in post.
Oh, the camera went dark there for a little bit.
Even though we can still see you and hear you.
Lucky. You're all like Danielle, lucky to see and hear me. But yeah, so just kind of shined her all up. It's it needs a polish or something. I want to find like a paintless dent guy, because I think he could do a lot to this and actually wherever you put your truck, it could need a little polish. But let's see. I want to give this thing a once over. I got a nut and bolt check it, and I think my side, the wheel arch, yeah, it's a little low. I marked it, but it was rubbing the tire just a little bit, and it doesn't match the other side, so I gotta just take it up to my initial mark.
Fine.
So I'll have to bust the trim off, which is really difficult because it is welded. And then what else we gotta do on this thing? Oh, I gotta fix the windshield, and put the door locks and stuff on it. Door handles, doesn't have any. This thing we took out for dinner last night, it like greasy gasser, and then you fire it up and it's like pop, 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 pop. It's like ultimate poser car. Come on. It's that Edelbrock carburetor. Oh yeah. See you around front. She's a runner. Whoa, she wants me to. Oh, go. Left? I can't see. What do you want? You should see her guiding. In and sideways look the exact same. It sounds cool revving.
You're coming in like a bat out of hell.
Oh, I don't know if you knew or not, but it's a 305 in this thing. Okay. Oh, I should probably wash this thing too, eh? Actually, it sat in the rain yesterday. What else do you need? I got to put some door handles on this thing because it didn't have any, so I took a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. So hopefully these are both the same side. They're both driver's side. We need to find a passenger side lock or door handle. It's probably on the door I took outside. Okay. I'll fix those things up, let that thing drip dries, and carry on with life. All right. Drove in like no problem. No problems. So, oh yeah, I gotta paint this. Hopefully. Oh, I need studs. Are they in it? Hopefully. Didn't think to look at that. As I recall, the diff we got for your Chevy 2 was a Speedway diff. We had to put these in there. Surely. Nope. I gotta order them, I guess. Shoot! Unless they're taped on the other end, I'll have to look, but I need studs for in there. So we'll have to get that taken care of. Axles are in there. Otherwise, this is kind of the way it looks. Now really, not the end of the world to overnight these. Actually, I'll probably order them today and they'll be here when I get back for work. And I gotta paint this thing too. But this should be the right size because you can see here the wheels are all inset and look super goofy because those are the same wheels that were on that 55 four-door. So now I do have a set of daisies, 15-inch daisies. If I put daisies on another car, I do love them, but I could do that. A set of daisies on this thing front and back. One set is brand new, like new old stock, never been touched. So we put that on there. I know I do like steel wheels. Steel wheels or daisies. That's all I like. We actually, you know what we do have is I have those Kragers. Danielle? Bruce Willis had a Nomad just like this with Kragers on it. Looked very good. Didn't like it? Don't like it? Okay. But I think that's the plan. I don't think there's any other parts and pieces in here. Oh, e-brake I got to do. Header. Gauge. Oh yeah, I got a set of rear shocks for it because I want to put a set of good rear shocks. I got some cheapies. I bought a set of decent ones. So we'll put those on there. Otherwise, I don't think this thing needs, oh, and I have that, might be inside the Delta fan. I bought a 16-inch Delta fan, which I'm hoping I can just modify to work on this existing shroud. Because I bought this as like an all-in-one Amazon special, but it has a shroud with a 16-inch fan. So I'm hoping I can take it all apart and then just put the Delta fan with some screws, or wherever I have to get some hardware around the shroud. So it'll be a shrouded deal. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even opened the box yet, but Delta John doesn't mess around usually in my experience. And I'm sure there's gonna be all sorts of temperature control, all sorts of stuff like that. So we can wire all that in. It'll do its thing. But yeah, I guess exhaust off is gonna be the next step, but that'll have to wait till next week. But I should spend a little bit of time on my own, just going through this, making sure we have all the parts. It sure does run good. The one thing I have a stock converter in this, and some people are saying, oh, it needs a converter. We'll see. I'm not against putting something in there, but the whole goal was to try and keep it stock running gear and all that, so the torque is just instant. And again, I mean, even a stock converter is grabbing it 1,800 or 2,000 RPM. So I don't think it'll be a big issue. And again, this thing has had 0 minutes of tuning on it. We did dyno it, but it was dynoed in Manitoba, which has a different elevation. We're higher here, so I think I got to take some jet out of it, maybe. But we'll have to play with that. Again, all sorts of time now. Oh, I got to put electric wipers on this thing. I got to order that. See, this is the list of stuff I need to put on there, I guess, and go through it. But this is a really exciting car now. I know I was kind of excited about it. Now I got right to the finish line and then just gave right up. But I'm motivated again to work on it now. It sounds really good. I'm not gonna lie, I do like how it sounds. So, tailpipes, whatnot. But yeah, this will be coming up here shortly because it's what I'm working on. What are the odds that that's what comes out in videos is what I'm working on? Weird. All right, thanks for watching. Check out a pocket tee. Maybe some gloves. I promised to buy 93 octane fuel with the proceeds and beat the hell out of this thing. We'll see you on the next one.